The Worship Hour is a Christian contemporary music bulletin of the Philippine Christian Family Broadcasters. All songs featured are duly owned by its respective groups and individuals. Duplication and illegal broadcast of this episode is strictly prohibited. Ito ang 702 DZJS. Kagapay mo sa katotohanan. Member, Philippine Christian Fan-Made Broadcasters at kapisanan ng mga fan-made broadcasters ng Pilipinas.
You're listening to koolFM. koolFM is a TVH Group of Networks radio station. Sondo's greatest hits are here.
Hello Philippines or Hello Pilipinas. Today is Saturday, August 10, 2024, and yes, guys, it is Saturday and happy weekend to you all. So, yes, so how are you all doing? How was your work this week, or how was your school rather? So, yes, and yes, we have in fact another koolFM schedule changes, which will be in effect starting next week. So let me just show you the schedule right now. So yeah, before we begin with our usual lifestyle programming, and such, let me show you the koolFM's changes right now. So let me open my Excel. Yep, I have opened my Excel. I'm about to screen share. I'm gonna put in 50 frames. Okay. Alright, so hopefully you guys can see screen share. There it is. Okay, so now here is the brand new schedule that you need to know starting this Monday. So now instead of DZBB on koolFM, we have replaced it with Radio 630 or B shows. So yeah. So Gising Pilipinas will be the first program after Grace to You at 6 a.m. after the paid programming from PCFP. And then it's the Radio Sabrisyo Balita, and then Kabayan after that. It's my usual morning music block. So yes, you will see the new programs on koolFM starting this Monday. So no more DCWB, it is now replaced with DWPM. So if we look at the prime time, well, we have significant changes to this one. So yes, we have a significant change to the schedule. So Asphere's Cafe is now back to moved back to an earlier time slot. So that's 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. back to an hour program. And then Hangout with Mamon is now at 7:30 till 9, and then 9:30 p.m. is Mamon's Music Hangout, and then the classic hits, and then Haven Today. So what does that mean here? Well, Mamon, I understand. We understand the concerns about the unorganized schedule, but now here we are. So yes, this is one of the most requested change, if not requested, but better looking schedule. So yeah, Hangout One Moment is back to 7:30 to 9. So hopefully, Mama will be gaining more listeners and watchers. I'm sorry, not watchers, viewers who are usually interested in their program. So there's that. And then afterwards is Mama's Music Hangout. Okay, so that's for Monday to Thursday. Now for my Tulugan, previously my Tulugan was aired at 10 p.m. to 11:30, but now that's no longer the case. So my Tulugan is now on this earlier time slot, which is sitting at 6:30 to 9:30. Sorry, not 9:30. It's the same time as Asphere's Coffee. So 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. for my Tulugan with the Master Chio. So remember, it is no longer 10 p.m. Rather a 6:30 p.m. program now. And then after my Tulugan is the usual music blocks. So it's Pop Fridays with Lisa Magabat and Tambayan ni Chichit. So Pop Fridays on Fridays, Tambayan on Saturdays. So what does this mean? Well, Lalisa wanted to move it when we were planning to take over the 7:30 when sorry, not but when my Durga was planning to take over the 7 p.m. to 9. That's why Lalisa was I asked if she's interested in moving to earlier slot, but that the changes have been scrapped now. It is it is now staying on the same time slot, but Pop Fridays is now on its 7:30 to 9 now. So yeah, usually Geometric planned this because we do have another production company which is Culture Productions, and we have planned for another season of Mga Joggers if you guys are familiar with that show. So that's why these two shows right here are sitting on koolFM because 7:30 to 9 will be Mga Joggers for Scotch Productions, and I am part of Joggers. So yeah, I am going to be part of Joggers. Not I'm going to be part, but I am part of Mga Joggers team. So yeah, I will be in that show. So I won't be active on koolFM from 7:30 to 9 at that time. So there's that one. So yeah, there's Pop Fridays and Tabayo in the Digit, which will air from 7:30 to 9 before koolNews prime time. So there you go. Now, next one is Talk with Sen, which is going to air at 9:30 to 11, and then 11 is the classic hits, and then midnight midnight to every day. Midnight actually every day would be the Haven today. So that's a permanent pick. Previously, supposedly from Steven himself, that it was supposed to be a temporary program, but now we know that. Now we know that it's a permanent program after all. So yeah, Talk with San, which used to be at 10 p.m. Well, yeah, he will have his last 10 p.m. episode tonight. That is later up after you guessed it, koolNews prime time. So yeah, Talk with Sen will be on its 10 p.m. for the last time this week, and the next week it will be 9:30. So yeah, and then after Talk with Sen, it's the classic hits and Haven today. So there you go. Now, you might be wondering why is it not consistent with the rest of the schedule. Well, he cannot do Sinweb Sunday at 6:30. So yeah, it has limits, unfortunately. So we have an exemption for that one. So Sinweb Sunday stays at 7, but now he's having to he's planning to have another program. We don't know what it is going to be called yet, but that 8 p.m. is reserved for his show. So we have to wait, and so we will have to wait for his announcements. Excuse me, but yeah, we will have to wait for his announcements. Whether yeah, we will have to wait for updates from him. What will this show be called? So keep an eye on that one. And then we have the usual popping wrapping Sundays. Oh yeah, of course, popping wrapping Sundays with DCP. And the rest is classic hits. Yes, the classic hits is back on everyday slot now, starting next week. So that's looking good so far. And then Haven today. And then after that, it's Hot FM Yes, Hot FM guys, Hot FM is returning this Saturday, which is today actually, after Haven today. Yeah, after Haven today, and then it's Hot FM, which Miss Etina will be taking over the koolFM until 5:30, I think. But yeah, Miss Etina will be taking over until 5:30. That's that. And then and then if there's no Hot FM, then it's DYFR. DYFR is basically a Cebu radio station owned by PEBC, which is, yeah, it's a live. I think if I remember correctly, it's up 98.1. I think, but yeah, that's DYFR, and it is owned by FEPC, and that's replacing Safe Radio because Safe Radio has, well, they ceased their Safe Radio operations for now, but that's why we found the replacement for that. It is called DYFR, which is another 24/7 radio station in Cebu. So there's that. So there's that. And now in the afternoon schedule, what's going away? Well, the classical melodies is going bye bye because, well, let me check the mention here. Hold on. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. Yep, there you go. Up 98.7. Thank you very much, Myron. Thank you very much. Yeah, there it is. That's up 98.7. So let me just actually correct that right now. Um, Up 98.7. Okay, let me just. There's that one. There we go. But yep, looking good so far. Okay, so now what I'm trying to say about the afternoon schedule. Well, what is going to happen to the afternoon schedule? Well, not much except one music program is going bye bye. So the the classical melodies, which has been there since how many months? April, I think. Well, or me, I don't know, but well, that music program is now going bye bye because there will be a brand new talk show, afternoon talk show. Wow, afternoon talk show on koolFM. It's called Gusto Ko Sabado. Wow, that name, my God. But yeah, Gusto Ko Sabado. That will be on air next week. So not today, but next week. So yeah, you will hear for the last time of the classical melodies, and afterwards, boom, the classical songs on koolFM. Well, not I mean, no more. So yeah, Gusto Ko Sabado will be the new afternoon talk show on Saturdays, which will air after koolNews at noon, so 12:30 to 2 o'clock. And then after that, after the afternoon talk show, it's Siesta Musica as usual, because that is the long time stay of koolFM. Siesta Musica is here to stay. But Sundays stays the same. You have Easy Jazz, yeah, we still have Easy Jazz, and Disco Flashback. Oh yeah, Disco Flashback is also the longest running program as yeah, long time stay music program of koolFM as well since the birth of koolFM. And yeah, so yeah, there you go. So that's everything that we can share it to you guys. So far, what we know here is the major programming changes is the prime time schedule, which is right here. So yeah, right here, yeah, right here, yeah. Okay, so yeah, who is looking forward to this one? Yeah, who is looking forward to this brand new schedule? Well, yeah. Again, so this change will go into effect starting this Monday at, yeah, when koolFM signs on. So Monday, August 12th. Keep that in mind. Monday, August 12th. All right, now let me just copy the schedule again and revise this one. So yeah, I'm gonna just copy that. Okay, that will do it. Okay, so yeah, looking good again. Let me just quickly. I want to get this publishing done in just a few moments. Yeah, we're gonna just make sure my robot doesn't go away. Okay, so now let me just do this real quick. Um, yeah, give me a second. I need to type the thing here. August 12th. Yep. Okay, that's now posted on the main chat room. Let me do the same for the private chat room for cool DJs, cool hearts, and myself. Oh, whoops! I forgot to include the schedule there. Give me a second again. Are you kidding me? Sorry guys, I'm still one I still need to get things fine like publishing the new schedule across all koolFM channels here. That's my job as a station manager. That's how it works. I need to make sure it goes smoothly and not to mess things up. Okay, so that's now also posted in the private Cool FM chat room. Let me just do the same, the rest. Whoops. So yeah, that it has now been posted on all cool channels, hopefully. So that's looking good now. All right, there you go. That look is perfect now. Okay, guys, it's now 7:17 in the morning, and we will prepare our news headlines right now on actually later. But yeah, we will be getting ready for the cool news early edition with our morning headlines right here on Hello Pilipinas. So yeah, again, 7:18 now, and we will be right back. Stick around.
This is koolNews Early Edition.
Good morning and welcome to Cool News Early Edition. Today is Saturday, August 10, 2024, and we'll be here to serve you the latest news headlines that you need to know from yesterday and today throughout the Hello Pilipinas. Now let's get into the first headlines. As the Philippine National Railways is set to close unauthorized crossings traversing the train route between Naga City in Camarillo and Legazpi City and Albay following a series of incidents that killed at least one person in the Pico region, its officials said on Thursday. At the press briefing, JP Raul, manager of the PNR Engineering Department, said they have so far closed 4 unauthorized crossings, 2 in Albay and 2 in Camarillo, and would soon be closing 5 more. Last week and this week, we have taken action and closed some of the crossings. Actually, we have closed 4, Raul said during Thursday's press briefing in this city, which is Naga City. Data from the PNR showed that there are 89 authorized and 75 unauthorized crossings in Bicol. The 4 unauthorized crossings were among the 75 that the PNR would close. However, Relief said they were not prioritizing those that they identified as the most dangerous crossings. There was no timetable yet when all the unauthorized crossings or intersections would be shut down. He explained that before they closed the crossings, the PNR would coordinate first with the villages and the local government units. The purpose is to ensure the safety of the passing train and avert any accident involving any vehicle, motorcycles, and pedestrians, Relief said. Celeste Aluda, PNR's general manager, said that unauthorized crossings are those built by residents or communities closely to railways without permission from the state-owned railway company. Residents along the railways between Albay and Camarillo have become close to crossing the railways without safety concerns since the rails had long been used until in December last year when the train route was reopened by the PNR. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, there we go. My preview in front of me. The 101-kilometer Naga-Legazpi route with 15 stations and pit stops in between was reopened by PNR on December 27 last year after a 6-year closure. The route was closed in April 2017 due to a shortage of train coaches at locomotives, the PNR said. Relief explained that the number of guards at the crossings depend on the classification of the crossings. He said the guidelines determine whether signage or crossing barriers are put in place. This is also based on the traffic count on the roads. In areas with less traffic, signage is put in place, Robert said. He noted that in areas with larger traffic, signage is sufficient, but as traffic increases, barriers become necessary, especially automated barriers in locations with heavy traffic. If traffic is heavy, either the train is elevated or the train is underground, something those in the engineering field call grid separation, Relief stressed. Since the start of this year, at least 80 train accidents were recorded involving vehicles and pedestrians along Naga to Legazpi Road. In July, one person was killed when a van crossed the railway and was dragged for almost 28 feet by the train along an intersection in Barangay Grapo of Daraga town in Albay. According to Luta, the classification of the road intersection in Gapo is under discussion, but the intersection is an unauthorized crossing. We understand that it is a major pass-through already. That is why its closure is still under evaluation, Luta said. The intersection in Gapo is a common shortcut for vehicles heading to the Bicol International Sport, which is also located in Daraga. Aside from the incidents, 13 side-swiping incidents were also recorded, according to Wendell Marchua, officer in charge of the Train Control and Terminal Operations Division of the PNR. Side-swiping incidents were those recorded outside road crossings, Chua said. 8 were injured in these incidents, while 5 were killed. The PNR has also recorded stoning incidents when the train passes and expressed regrets that these are still happening. Even before when we started out, every time we passed by, we were pelted with stones. It pains us to hear that because the train was here first. What's disheartening is that it feels like we're the ones trespassing, when in fact that is PNR's right of way, Ruta said. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on Friday vowed to sustain the country's economic momentum and further improve the lives of Filipinos by continuing to invest in job generating infrastructure, social protection programs, health, and education. In a video statement released through his social media, Marcos cited several good news pertaining to the country's economic, poverty, and unemployment rates. Marcos then vowed that the government would do what it could to maintain these developments and further improve the lives of common Filipinos. Everything we do would be meaningless if there was no change in the life of Filipinos, he said. So I assure you, this government will continue to invest in job generating infrastructure, social protection programs, health, and education for all Filipinos. We will not rest on our laurels, but use them to propel us forward into social and economic transformation, he said. Excuse me again. Excuse me. Among the developments Marcos cited is the 6.3% growth in the country's gross domestic product in the second quarter of 2024, which he attributed to the investment in constructions under the Build Better More program. He also mentioned the drop in the unemployment rate to 3.1%, stating that over 15.3 million Filipinos are now employed, with 63.8% of them belonging to the formal sector. Marcos also acknowledged the drop in poverty rate to 15.5% and reiterated his vow during his first State of the Nation address to reduce it to 9% by 2028. Transport groups, dubbed as Magnificent Seven, said on Friday that they want to hold a dialogue with Senate President Francis Escudero regarding the opportunist plans for the transportation sector. The Magnificent Seven will file a formal letter for the Honorable State President Chis Escudero for us to coordinate together with the office and other groups here and talk about what they can be of help to our transportation sector. Magnificent Seven, a pro-public utility vehicle modernization program, is composed of Pagsamazda, Liga ng Transportasyon at Operators sa Pilipinas, Alliance of Transport Operators and Drivers Association of the Philippines, Alliance of Concerned Transport Organizations, Federation of Jeepney Operators and Drivers Association of the Philippines, Stop and Go Coalition, and UV Express Federation of the Philippines. We will coordinate for the welfare of the transportation sector, added Martin. A Senate proposal to suspend the implementation of the PUVMP was rejected by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on Wednesday, saying that 80% of drivers and operators nationwide have already consolidated their transport units. A total of 22 out of 23 senators backed the suspension proposal. Only Senator Rizal Hontiveros did not sign the resolution. According to Escudero, the program suspension would only apply to those who have yet to comply with unit consolidation requirements, saying that the government should first fix the program before they proceed with banning old transport models. They should slow down a bit and review the loopholes needed to be fixed before they fully implemented, he added. Meanwhile, the Magnificent Seven said they wanted to know the reason for forming the Senate resolution. We are carried away by our emotions and resentment. I have a resentment towards them, but we still coordinate to know what Senator Cheese meant about the loopholes and rush, said Martin. The president said that this has been extended several times and studied thoroughly before it got implemented. He added, the deadline for operators and drivers to form transport cooperatives as part of the consultation process of the program was last extended until April 30. Based on the data of the Department of Transportation, 1,781 cooperatives with 262,870 members were accredited by the Office of Transport of Cooperatives. The Philippine National Police on Friday called for the reported tunnels inside the Kingdom of Jesus Christ compound in Davao City an open secret. PNP spokesperson Colonel Juan Farjado said this was one of the factors the police are considering when planning the serving of the warrant against embattled religious leader Pastor Apollo Kibuloy, who is believed to be hiding in the sprawling 30-hectare compound. I think it's an open secret, Farjado said of the reported tunnels in Kibuloy's compound. Last June, some 100 policemen stormed the premises of the KOGC compound to serve the warrants of arrest against Kibuloy, but they were prevented by its religious members from entering. Fort Jado recalled that there was a deliberate attempt to derail and delay the service of a warrant against Kibuloy, noting that sirens were also heard in the compound during the Judan incident. I don't know if it's a signal to anyone to give them the opportunity to hide and even escape, Fort Jado said of the sirens. This is one of the challenges we are facing with respect to the service of warrant against Pastor Kibuloy and other suspects, she added. Farjado said the police have established checkpoints near the compound to prevent the suspects from leaving the area. Authorities noted that there is a hunger for Kibuloy's private aircraft at the KOGC, which he could use to escape, according to Davao Police Regional Office Director Brigadier General Nicholas Torres III. One of Kibuloy's helicopters was even recently active, but police then alerted the airport authorities, according to Torres. The pilots of Kibuloy told the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines that they were only warming up the helicopter, according to Farjado. Farjado also said authorities are closely monitoring the movement of Kibuloy's air assets. The police spokesperson also noted that one of Kibuloy's private planes was covered by the freeze order of the Court of Appeals. CA on Thursday said it had imposed a 20-day freeze order on Kibuloy's bank accounts, real estate properties, and other assets. Furthermore, a 10 million pesos reward will be given to anyone with information leading to the arrest of Kibuloy, according to Interior Secretary Benjamin Abalos Jr. Kibuloy and the 5 co-accused face child abuse cases before the Davao City Court. He also has standing arrest warrants for human trafficking issued by a Pasig City Court. Members of both Houses of Congress on Friday swiped back at Vice President Sara Duterte for insinuating on Thursday at government neglect or wrongdoing. Senate President Chief Francis Escudero on Friday said he was perplexed that Duterte should take up the matter of a comprehensive flood control program, whether her father, former President Rodrigo Duterte, failed to implement a program in 6 years while the Marcos administration has not even been in office for 3 years. Flooding has been a perennial problem. If only something had been done previously that we could have started implementing now, Escudero said. The Vice President's brother, Davao City Representative Apollo Duterte, has been in Congress since 2019 and was even Deputy Speaker during the 18th Congress. Her other brother, incumbent Davao City Mayor Sebastian Duterte, has also been in office since 2019. The statements of Duterte should not be surprising following her resignation from the cabinet as Education Secretary, Escudero said in a Fiverr message. Escudero acknowledged that Duterte has the right to speak her mind regarding the concerns of ordinary people. But unlike any other Filipino, he said that the Vice President can actually suggest or do something tangible about them using her position, resources, and platform. Instead of pointing fingers and passing the blame, it will be better for us to help each other out in addressing the problems of the country and our people, Escudero said. We have other problems, but the focus of the Senate is to address them and not just point fingers, he said. In the House of Representatives, lawmakers scoffed at Duterte's claim of government neglect or wrongdoing when the Vice President herself could not even face congressmen during last year's budget deliberations. In separate statements, House Assistant Majority Leader and Acapulco Representative Joe Boggon, Assistant Minority Leader and Camarines Sur Representative Gabriel Bardado, and Deputy Minority Leader and ACT Teachers Representative Francis Castro questioned why Duterte was suddenly raising hell about receiving no support to correct budget problems at the Department of Education. What's wrong? You never mentioned anything like that before. In fact, it was mostly your undersecretaries who were speaking, making it seem like you weren't aware of what was happening in DepEd, Bogdan said. You were in charge, yet all we heard were statements from your undersecretaries. It seems like you were disconnected from the actual operations of DepEd, Bogdan added. Castro, a teacher lawmaker herself, even pointed out that Duterte even asked for 125 million pesos in confidential funds, a first of its kind request to cap funding normally reserved for security purposes and not for education. That's not even the agency's mandate, and even now she has not yet sufficiently explained why she needed that, Castro said. She has not done a single thing to raise the budget for the DepEd to meet the UN standards of spending 6% of the GDP on education either. Not only that, but both Bagon and Castro scored Duterte for failing to address critical issues in the education sector, including the persistent classroom shortage and the lack of substantial salary increases for teachers and education support personnel. The lawmaker also highlighted unresolved issues under Duterte's leadership, particularly the Philippines' poor performance in the 2022 program for international student assessment. DepEd had nearly 2 years to improve our students' proficiency levels, yet we still rank near the bottom globally. And this happened under your watch on the very day you resigned as DepEd Secretary, Bangkalon said. Stop making excuses for why you resigned, Castro said. And good news for Rappler, as the online news website Rappler, led by Nobel laureate Maria Ressas, won an appeal to restore its corporate license after the Court of Appeals overturned the decision of the Securities and Exchange Commission to close the media company. In the July 23 decision made public on Friday, the appellate court ruled that the SEC overstepped its authority in ordering Rappler's shutdown in 2018. Like opposing Red, the SEC and bank flowed through law and jurisprudence to reach its mark, the that of Rappler. The court said in its ruling, adding that the corporate regulator ignored procedure. These actions have no place in a democrat, the CA said. The SEC declined to comment, saying it has yet to receive a copy of the decision. Rappler's operating license was rescinded in 2018 for violating foreign equity restrictions on media companies when it sold depository rights to a US-based company. The SEC upheld its findings in 2022. It was allowed to operate for the last 6 years despite the shutdown order. Rappler had previously argued that the Amindar network, the fuel anti-ropic arm of eBay founder Pyre Amiyar, was a silent investor. Amiyar cut ties by donating the depository receipts to Rappler's staff. The appellate court said this waiver by Amiyar already eliminated any and all constitutional violations committed by Rappler. It castigated the SEC for not giving Rappler the opportunity to present Amiyar's departure from the news organization as evidence. Such action is the height of grave abuse of discretion, the CA said. Rappler was indeed accorded a preferential treatment, a negative one. In its 48-page decision penned by Associate Justice Emily San Gasparito, the CA ordered the SEC to restore Rappler's certificate of incorporation. The CA said it does not agree with the SEC's draconian interpretation that mere violation of the use of the depository receipts, even after that violation was remedied, warrant the obligation of the mass media entity. Ressa welcomed the decision, saying it was a vindication after a torturous 8 years of harassment. Journalists are not the enemy, Ressa told a news conference hours after the ruling went public. We are a Filipino company. We are independent. And it brings us relief and joy that the CA is standing with us and with journalism. This inspires us to do more, to do better, Ressa said. She reaffirmed what she said was Rappler's continued respect for and faith in the courts. I think what was going through all of this is that they are good people in our treasury, they are good people in government, and we have begged on that. We had to have faith, Ressa said. Ressa won the 2021 Nobel Peace Prize along with Russian investigative journalist Dmitry Muratov in a decision widely seen as an endorsement of free speech rights that had come under fire worldwide. She still faces at least 2 remaining charges, including a cyber conviction, where she could face up to over 6 years of jail time. She is currently out on bail. Rappler and Ressa were charged in at least 9 indictments that included tax evasion cases, which have been dismissed after earning the ire of former President Rodrigo Duterte for its reporting on his anti-drug campaign that killed thousands of people. A day after the SEC announced its decision to shut down Rappler, Duterte called the news site a fake news outlet that published stories rife with innuendos and pregnant with falsity. Since you are a fake news outlet, then I am not surprised that your articles are also fake, he said. You are not only throwing toilet paper, you're throwing the language as word at us. You have gone too far. Duterte rebutted Rappler's argument that the SEC decision constituted harassment and an attack on press freedom. Don't abuse it too much. It's a privilege in a democratic state. You have overused and abused that privilege in the guise of press freedom, he said. In February 2018, Duterte banned all Rappler reports from entering Malacanan and covering his events. And now we will be preparing the cold weather in just a bit. Let me just please. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, give me a second, guys. Okay, that will do it, hopefully. Alright, so, yeah, okay, so yeah, we will get into the international headlines later in the next gap of koolNews early edition. But for now, here is the cool weather forecast provided by Pagasa weather specialist Daniel James in Villamil. Okay, apparently, Terry is still preparing the bulletin, so we will just give it him more time now. So, technical team, is it ready? Okay, if it's ready, now we can roll the weather bulletin. All right, here we go. Okay, apparently he hasn't done anything well. Anyways, it is 7:50 in the morning and we will... Okay, there we go.
Magandang umaga mula sa Pag-asa Weather Forecasting Center. Ito na ang ating update sa magiging tayo ng panahon sa susunod na 24 oras. Patuloy ang pag-iral ng southwest monsoon o yung hanging habagat sa malaking bahagi ng Luzon at itong kanlurang bahagi ng Visayas at sa Mindanao ngayong araw. Kaya asahan natin itong maulap na kalangitan at mataas sa tsansa ng mga kalat-kalat na pag-ulan, pagkulog at pagkilat sa western section of Luzon. So sa mga areas ng Ilocos Region, Zambales, Bataan, Occidental Mindoro at Palawan, asahan natin ang mga pag-ulan o yung mga tuloy-tuloy na pag-ulan ngayong araw sa mga nabanggit na lugar. Kaya sa mga areas na ito, maging handa tayo sa mga banta ng pagbaha at pagguho ng lupa kung tuloy-tuloy ang pag-ulan na ating mararanasan. Mas maaliwalas sa panahon naman ang ating inaasahan sa Metro Manila at sa nalalabing bahagi ng ating bansa. Gayunpaman, posible pa rin yung early morning thunderstorms dito sa western section ng malaking bahagi ng Luzon, itong western section ng Visayas at sa Mindanao. So for the remainder of the day, magiging maaliwalas na ating panahon, ngunit posible muling mga thunderstorms sa late afternoon to evening. Over the weekend hanggang early next week, asahan natin na magpapatuloy itong mataas sa tsansa ng mga kaulapan at mga kalat-kalat na pag-ulan sa kanlurang bahagi ng Luzon. Samantala, improving weather conditions na ating inaasahan starting sa kalagitnaan ng next week dito sa areas ng Palawan at Occidental Mindoro. Magpapatuloy itong maaliwalas na panahon, bahagyang maulap hanggang sa maulap na kalangitan na may mga isolated rain showers o yung mga thunderstorms sa malaking bahagi ng Visayas at sa Mindanao for the next 3 to 5 days. At sa kasalukuyan, wala pa rin tayong namamataan or minomonitor na low pressure area o sama ng panahon sa loob at labas ng ating Philippine Area of Responsibility na maaring makaapekto sa ating bansa sa mga susunod na araw. At para naman sa magiging lagay ng ating panahon ngayong araw dito sa Luzon, dahil sa pag-iral ng habagat, asahan pa rin natin ang mataas na tsansa ng pag-ulan ngayong araw sa bahagi ng Ilocos Region, itong areas ng Zambales, Bataan at Occidental Mindoro. Kaya maghanda pa rin tayo sa mga posibleng pagbaha sa mga lugar na ito. Mas maaliwalas sa panahon naman dito sa Metro Manila at sa nalalabing bahagi ng Luzon. Gayunpaman, inulit ko po, posible pa rin yung mga early morning thunderstorms. So magiging mas panandalian lamang yung mga pag-ulan na ito at magiging mas maaliwalas na ang ating panahon simula umaga hanggang sa tanghali. So mainit at malinsang ang panahon na ang ating inaasahan for the remainder of the day. Pero pagsapit naman ng late afternoon to evening, nandyan muli yung mga tsansa ng mga panandaliang pag-ulan na dala ng thunderstorms. Kaya ugaliin pa rin magdala ng payong pananggalang yan sa ulan ngayong madaling araw at mamayang hapon. Maximum temperature forecast para sa Lawag ngayong araw, posibleng umabot ng 31 degrees Celsius. 23 degrees naman dito sa bahagi ng Baguio City at 34 degrees Celsius sa bahagi ng Tuguegarao. Maximum temperature forecast para sa Metro Manila ngayong araw, posibleng umabot ng 32 degrees Celsius. 31 degrees naman sa area ng Tagaytay at 32 degrees Celsius sa bahagi ng Legazpi. Sa areas naman ng Palawan, Visayas at sa Mindanao, dahil rin sa habagat, asahan na rin natin itong mga kalat-kalat na thunderstorm sa bahagi ng Palawan. So, Puerto Princesa at Calayan Islands, asahan natin malaking bahagi ng Palawan ngayong araw makakaranas ng mga pag-ulan na dala ng habagat. Samantala ito namang western section ng Visayas at sa Mindanao, posible pa rin dyan yung mga isolated na thunderstorms. So bahagyang maulap hanggang sa maulap na papawirin, inaasahan natin as early as tanghali pa lamang makakaranas tayo ng mga kaulapan. Posible bumagsak yung mga panandaliang pag-ulan na dala ng mga thunderstorm clouds na ito pagsapit ng late afternoon to evening. So sa mga areas ng Western Visayas, itong Negros Islands, Zamboanga Peninsula, Barma at Soxargen, asahan natin mamayang hapon ang mataas na tsansa ng thunderstorm activity. Mas maaliwalas ng panahon naman na ating mararanasan sa rest of Visayas at rest of Mindanao. Gayun pa man, maghanda pa rin tayo sa mga panandaliang pag-ulan o yung mga isolated rain showers. Maximum temperature forecast para sa Kalayaan Islands at Puerto Princesa ngayong araw, posibleng umabot ng 32 degrees Celsius. 32 degrees rin dito sa area ng Iloilo at Tacloban at 33 degrees Celsius sa bahagi ng Cebu. Maximum temperature forecast para sa Cagayan de Oro ngayong araw, posibleng umabot ng 32 degrees Celsius. 33 degrees naman dito sa area ng Davao at 33 degrees Celsius sa bahagi ng Zamboanga. At sa kalagayan ng ating karagatan, sa kasalukuyan, wala pa rin nakataas na gale warning sa anumang baybay na ating kapuluan at banayad hanggang sa katamtamang pag-alon na ating inaasahan sa malaking bahagi ng ating bansa. Gayunpaman, iba yung pag-iingat pa rin sa ating mga kababayan na maglalayag sapagkat kung meron tayong offshore thunderstorm activity, especially dito sa western section ng ating bansa dahil umiiral yung habagat, so most likely mataas yung tsansa ng ating thunderstorm sa western section. Maghanda pa rin tayo sa mga banta ng mga bahagyang paglakas ng ating mga hangin, kakibat nito ang bahagyang pagtaas rin ng ating mga alon. At ang haring araw dito sa Kaminilaan ay sisikat mamayang 5:41 ng umaga at lulubog naman mamaya sa ganap na 6:21 ng hapon. At para sa ragdag impormasyon tungkol sa ulat panahon, lalong-lalo na sa mga rainfall or thunderstorm advisories na posibleng i-issue ng ating Pag-asa Regional Center sa ating mga lokalidad, ay follow kami sa aming social media accounts at DOST_Pag-asa. Mag-subscribe rin kayo sa aming YouTube channel sa DOST Pag-asa Weather Report at palaging bisitahin ang aming official website sa pag-asa.dost.gov.ph. At yan lamang po ang latest mula dito sa Pag-asa Weather Forecasting Center. Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Ako po si Dan Villamil nag-uulat.
Okay, thank you very much, Pag-asa. And now it is 7:57 and we will be back with our cool news early edition later in the next hour of Hello Pilipinas. But for now, the show will return after this break. in the morning. And if you have just joined us on Hello Pilipinas or Hello Philippines, well, so good morning to you all. If you have just joined us to start your Saturday mornings right here. Okay, so now as promised, we will be getting into the lifestyle and entertainment happenings right now. So yeah, in case you didn't know, yeah, in case you missed it, in the previous hour of Hello Pilipinas, we have covered some significant changes to koolFM schedule starting this Monday. Let me just bring that up again. Yeah, let me just show you again here. Let me just give me a second. Give me one moment. Still loading. I don't know why, but it's still loading. Mm. Still loading. Okay, while this screen share window is still loading, I'll get my phone real quick. Hold on. Okay, now let's see here. There we go. Finally loaded. Now let's go screen share again. To the our viewers and listeners who in case have missed the new schedule. Look, here it is. So here is the new schedule that will become effective starting next week, Monday, August 12th. So here is what you can expect in the mornings now. Instead of DCWB hookup, it will now be DWPM, which is Radio 630, and what are the programs replacing the DCWB programs? Well, 6 a.m. you'll be hearing Gising Pilipinas. 7:30 will be Radio Sabisyo Balita and Kabayan. So yeah, after the morning news simulcast programs, it will be the usual mixes with us, which will start at 9:30. The weekday afternoon stays the same, except we will now have, and I forgot to mention this earlier, we will now have an hourly news bulletins we will be bringing back our hourly cool news bulletins during music automation in the afternoon. So you can expect some news updates whenever we have here starting next week during music automation. So we will let you know, but we will of course offer we will deliver the latest news happenings in case that occurred. So there will be cool news today in the next hour. So there's that. Not next hour. I mean during music automation, that is. Now moving on, here we have Rock Weekdays. There was a supposed plan that Rock Weekdays will be Monday to Thursdays, but that plan has been scrapped. So Rock Weekdays is staying the same. Except now, I forgot to mention that all cool news bulletins, the flagship bulletins, are now 30 minutes. No more an hour, guys. No more an hour. So it will be all 30 minutes starting next week too. Now, let's focus on the main changes of koolFM primetime programming. So Asphere's Cafe will now start at 6:30 until 7:30. So we're back to an hour program as we speak. Hangout with Mamon will take 7:30 to 9 o'clock. Yes, you heard that right. Hangout with Mamon will take 7:30 to 9 o'clock in the evening. That's after the cafe. That's Monday to Thursday. And on Friday, My Delight, which was previously a nighttime program, has now been moved to 6:30 to 7:30, same time as Access Cafe. And then after My TGON is one of the two music programs. Pop Fridays will be Pop Fridays will be it will run from 7:30 to 9 before koolNews, and Tambayani Chit on Saturday. So yeah, Pop Fridays and Tambayani Chit on Saturdays. And after koolNews prime time, for Monday to Thursday, it's Momo's Music Hangout. Then Talk with Sen, yeah. And then we have Talk with Sen. Yes, we have Talk with Sen there on Fridays, and after to two music programs. And then after that, it's the classic hits and then the paid programming. Now let's go to. Oh wait, I forgot. Here. Now Saturday afternoon will be a little bit different because they used to have our classical melodies, but now since we will have afternoon talk show hosted by Mark Morales, well, you know what that means. It is no longer. It is no longer. Our music program is now called Gusto Ko Sabado, so that means you'll no longer be hearing classical melodies on koolFM, but I will try to find other ways where to put it, but for now, we're gonna have to keep the schedule consistent, so music automation for both on 11 to noon, that is, so we're gonna have to keep it consistent. Then, well, what else here? Yeah, that is all. So, the rest stay the same except Sunday. Well, let's go on to Sunday now. So, Sunday has a little bit changes here. 6:30 is now music automation until 7, and then same with Sunday from 7 to 8, and then his other program, which has yet to be titled, which is from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., which both shows are owned by TJ Sun. So yeah, there you go. The rest is the history, and yeah, those are the new schedule changes so far, guys. So again, these schedule changes will go into effect starting next week, Monday, August 12th. Keep that in mind, huh? Keep that in mind. The date, huh? August 12th, huh? Yeah, August 12th. Okay, now let's now get into the lifestyle happenings now. As we speak, let's go to lifestyle.car.net. I will be putting back the screenshots later, but for only here. Okay, from artisan fairs to ceramic expositions. So Inquire Lifestyle. So here are the things we have to. What do we need? That we need to see this month apparently. Okay, excuse me, my throat here. Alright, now let me do screen share again. This time it will be on. You know what? This should be on my other tab. Hold on. Let me just open my other window here. Okay, let me just share that again. Where's that? Whoops, not this one. It has to load again, bruh. It's just give it a moment to load. Here we go. Now, hopefully you can see this one. Yeah, there you go. Okay, now let's talk about this one. Let's get rid of the rewards thing. We don't need that. Okay, so now let's talk about this one, guys. From artisan fairs to ceramic exposition. Here's the art to see this August. This is coming from Inquire. As August arrives, there is an array of vibrant art exhibitions in Manila to counter its Guzman substitutions with positive energy. Those interested in learning about the Modernist period, roughly from the 1890s to the 1960s in the Philippines, can visit the Valena Art Gallery to see the work of the Forgotten Master, E.B. Concepcion. Others can enjoy Vilma Night at Archivio 1984 Gallery, a tribute to Vilma Santos that appeals to devoted Vilmarians and casual fans alike. So here are the lists here that you might be interested if you are going to the museums this month. So or artistic exhibitions this month. If you're going out, huh? Now let's have a look here. So this is from what is this? Eric Samuko at West Gallery. So we have so if you look here, this is one of the interesting looks you can see here. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, see, very interesting there. Yeah. If we look another photo here, you can see that we have damn, look at that, look at the walls there. I mean the ceiling, I'm sorry, the top of the ceiling, I'm sorry, there you go, the top of the ceiling, look at that. Oh man, either way it looks really nice, it looks really interesting. Yeah, it looks really interesting. So what is this? Well, um an eerie installation, yep, not of water, flesh, and blood, featuring work of the ceiling constructed with vacuum formed acrylic metal frames, of the acoustic boards, wood, and a plastic air vent. This is the third time the work has been exhibited after being mounted in the George Salap Bingham Gallery in Missouri in 2009 and then at the Lopez Museum in 2013. Guen Bautista in the text, the installation piece was categorized in response to his experience when he was forced to leave his studio as another tenant took it over. So how does that work? Well, in an defense, in an act of defiance to the eviction, Samuko memorized his work by punching, hitting, and kicking clay, casting it on plaster, and finally vacuum forming the mold in acrylic sheets. Then he deliberately configured them on existing T-runner frames inside the structure, intended for the ceiling's soundproofing tile, an oblivious part of the studio that is neither visible nor invisible, reclaiming space without getting in the way. The process is a non-violent approach to dealing with circumstances and participating instead in its spiritual welfare. So yeah, there you go. That's that one. And now if we look at In Another Sky, this is the second one, In Another Sky. So this is the Another Sky right here. The artistic works are there, of course. And if we go another photo there, you can see there's that. So of course, again, it really looks nice. Now, so Mono 8 is a contemporary art space that consistently takes chance on a rotation of emerging artists, often with incisive commentary and relevant curation. The most recent group exhibition, In Another Sky, is a prompt on Milgaro's T. Dum-Tum Home, following on quarters, presenting abstract works by 8 artists from across the Philippines and beyond, with works by Erica Ebe from TVH, Grace Impas from Cebu, Jenny Boja from Cebu, Julia Borja from Cebu, Kauli Mashiro from Hawaii, Lee Kuritana from Aurora, Pepen Delphin from Capiz, and Sam Bulanlak from Manila. The exhibition also marks the debut of 3 emerging female creators, Emil Luis Rivera from Manila, Jessica Ana Alba from Manila, and Marinel Valmoria from Cebu. Group exhibition In Another Sky runs from July 24 to August 25, 2024 at Mono 8 Gallery located in BLK 113 53 Connecticut Street, Green Hills, San Juan. Now, number 3 is the Roar and Tape the Street. So let's have a look here. We have to watch it on Instagram apparently. Hopefully that will allow me. Okay, I won't load for some reason. I don't know why. Are they asking me to disconnect the VPN at this stage? Oh my god, I don't want to do that. Yeah, it says watch on Instagram, which I don't want to do that. But yeah, so I can't show you this one. I really hope I can show you that. But we're gonna have to move on with that. So number 4 is the Chris Villanueva Jr. at Gaura de Bula. So you have the works here. Let me just open that a new tab here. So this is the art you can find. Of course, it looks nice. Yeah, it looks nice. Yes, it looks really cool. Yeah, it looks really nice. And if you look, go to the next one. This is the bubble texture, I think. But yeah, it looks really nice. And now let's go to number 5. Wanna go at finale art file so you can see the art display there. So yeah, I forgot to mention that I forgot to read this one, but he is known for his interactive works that explore themes of decision, trickery, and chaos. Yeah, there's that one. And for his solo exhibition, now it's a little upside down, he says, I've always been curious about how things function, whether in music, literature, paintings, or other disciplines, the artists say. Now I am more aware of my perception with regard to my works. There is an entire history about this relationship. Now it's a little upside down and is a form of disturbance, my betting game. And neo-geometric abstraction with a most modern brand, attaching three-dimensional works as a consequence. And yes, it will run from August 10th to September 7, 2024 at Galleria de Mila, located at 210 Loring Street, Pasay. Now, go back here. Wing Go, a rising talent in the art scene, is gaining recognition and for her contemporary interpretation of Chinese traditions and heritage. Her work often features silk fabric depictions of ropes adorned with Asian iconography, exploring themes of Chinese migration in Southeast Asia. In her third solo exhibition on the roots of and routes of diaspora, a finale art file, Go delves into the diasporic impulse and pushes boundaries of painting. For the artist, images are charged with symbolic meaning, traversing cultures, and what she calls us to be lingerings of the sea without the loss of potency, while non-spoiling the threads of longing that connect us all with its forsaken by choice or otherwise, but not entirely forgotten, home. All the routes of this flora will run from August 2 to 26, 2024 at Finale Art File located at the La Fuerza Compound Warehouse, 172241 Chino Roses Avenue, Makati City. And we will get into the rest, and then we have 3 more to cover actually. So yeah, let's crew at the drawing room. So let's have a look at his arts. So this is his. One of the artworks you can find there. Again, it looks really cool. Yeah, it looks really cool. So what are his works all about? Well, he drew. Okay, that's interesting. Hold on. For this exhibition, Cruz employed AI image generators, a technique he has been experimenting with since 2020. So that's interesting. So yeah, and also for his own exhibition, the artist Cruz takes from his reference writing. Kippen and Berger proposed that the driving concept was more important than the skills used to execute the work. So yeah, that looks really cool here. And it will run from July 20 to August 17 at the drawing room located at Caribbean Plus 4316 Chino Rosas Avenue Extension, Makati. Now, number 7, still vendor at Superlands Manila. And look at this one. Can you just look at that? The building atmosphere itself speaks for itself. So yes, it looks nice. Yes, it looks nice, huh? Yes, it looks nice. Close the clear tabs here. So yeah, there are quite few quite surveillance exhibition, and this particular exhibit of Leo Valedor is heavy with gravitas, despite these stark, uh, spark bright colors and frankly shaped canvases. So it highlights the influential Filipino American artists' contributions to 1960s art and American modernism. So there, you will surround with highly finished canvases of always pure color organized in terms of geometric fields. Besides large canvases of color are small studies and drawings in the galleries that show the meticulous process behind the artist's practice. At First Sight runs from July 25 to August 17, 2024 at Silverlands, Manila, located at 223 Gina Roses Avenue, Makati. And finally, Artefino. So here is what it looks like when you can or you can expect when you go there. So this is what Artefino looks. Yeah, it looks really nice. So, founded in 2017, Artefino has evolved from an artisan fair into a dynamic platform that champions local craftsmanship. Recent projects have seen collaborations between artisans and conscious non-consumers, local fashion designers, and contemporary artists, and more. In the showcase, there will be over 100 Filipino brands, each with unique stories, material, and traditions. You can expect to see a collaboration between the Bayo Alier and visual artist Patty X Gusta Cuyo, the local sustainable bag favorite rags to riches, conscious kids wear brand Lalaro, and introduced by charming Baltimore studio to revive the carving industry and piety. Besides striving to create a sustainable and consistent for Filipino artists and fruiters, at the heart of Artefino is the Hit Artefino Development Program, which provides customized livelihood and developmental support to artisan communities. Artino runs from August 22 to 25 at Walkwell Power Plant Mall, located at Walkwell Drive, Makati. So there you go. So those are the 8 places that you need to know, and if you are interested in visiting any one of the artistic places, yeah, you can visit either one of these, and if you're interested, you can go there soon. All right. Okay, it is now 8:28 in the morning, and we will be continuing our entertainment happenings later after koolNews early edition. So for now, we will be preparing for the second gap of um, koolNews early edition. So stick around. Again, 8:28. We will be right back.
Live from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition.
And we are back with more Cool News Early Edition, and now let's focus on what's happening internationally. Lebanon's militant Hezbollah group launched one of its deepest strikes into Israel in mid-May using an explosive drone that scored a direct hit on one of Israel's most significant Air Force surveillance systems. This and other successful drone attacks have given the Iran-backed militant group another deadly option for an unexpected retaliation against Israel for its airstrike in Beirut last month that killed top Hezbollah military commander Fuad Shukur. It is a threat that has to be taken seriously, as Fabian Hines, a researcher fellow at the International Institute for Strategic Studies, said of Hezbollah's drone capability. While Israel has built air defense systems, including the Iron Dome and David Sling to guard against Hezbollah's rocket and missile arsenal, there has been less focus on the drone threat. And as a result, there has been less effort to build defensive capabilities against drones instead. Drones or UAVs are unmanned aircraft that can be operated from afar. Drones can enter civil and attack enemy territory more discreetly than missiles and rockets. Hezbollah proclaimed the success of its May drone strike, which targeted a blimp used as part of Israel's missile defense system at a base about 35 kilometers or 22 miles from the Lebanon border. The militants released footage showing what they said was their explosive Ababil drone flying toward the sky blimp, and later released photographs of the downed aircraft. Israel's military confirmed Hezbollah scored a direct hit. This attack reflects an improvement in accuracy and the ability to evade Israeli air defenses, said a report released by the Institute for National Security Studies, an independent think tank affiliated with Tel Aviv University. Since the New York's daily exchange of fire along the Lebanon-Israel border began in early October, Hezbollah has used drones more to bypass Israel's air defense system and strike its military posts along the border, as well as deep inside Israel. While Israel has intercepted hundreds of drones from Lebanon during the Israel-Hamas war, its air defense systems are not hermetic, and Israeli security officials said. Drones are smaller and slower than missiles and rockets, therefore harder to stop. That's especially true when they are launched from close to the border and require a shorter reaction time to intercept. Iran is accelerating online activity that appears intended to influence the U.S. election. In one case, targeting a presidential campaign with an email phishing attack, Microsoft said Friday. Iran actors also have spent recent months creating fake news sites and impersonating activists, laying the groundwork to stoke division and potentially sway American voters this fall, especially in swing states, the technology giant found. The findings in Microsoft's new threat intelligence report show that how Iran, which has been active in recent U.S. elections, is evolving its tactics for another election that's likely to have global implications. The report goes a step beyond anything U.S. intelligence officials have disclosed, giving specific examples of Iran groups and the actions they have taken so far. Iran's United Nations mission denied that it had plans to interfere or launch cyber attacks in the U.S. presidential elections. The report doesn't specify Iran's intentions besides showing chaos in the United States, though U.S. officials have previously hinted that Iran particularly opposes former President Donald Trump. U.S. officials also have expressed alarm about Tehran's efforts to seek retaliation for a 2020 strike on an Iranian general that was ordered by Trump. This week, the Justice Department unsealed criminal charges against a Pakistani man with ties to Iran who allegedly to have hatched assassination plots targeting multiple officials, potentially including Trump. The report also reveals how Russia and China are exploiting U.S. political polarization to advance their own divisive messaging in a subsequent election year. Microsoft's report identified four examples of recent Iran activity that the company expects to increase as November elections draws closer. First, a group linked to Iran's Revolutionary Guard in June targeted a high-ranking U.S. presidential campaign official with a phishing email, a form of cyber attack often used to gather sensitive information, according to the report, which didn't identify which campaign was targeted. The group concealed the email's origins by sending it from the hacked email account of a former senior advisor, Microsoft said. Days later, the Iran group tried to log into an account that belonged to a former presidential candidate, but it wasn't successful, Microsoft's report said. The company notified those who were targeted. In a separate example, an Aryan group has been creating websites that pose as US-based news sites that targeted the voters on opposite sides of the political spectrum, the report said. One fake news site that lends itself to a left-leaning audience insults Trump by calling him raving mad and suggests he uses drugs, the report said. Another site meant to appeal to Republican readers centers on LGBTQ issues and gender-affirming surgery. Our third example, Microsoft cited found that Iran groups are impersonating US activists, potentially laying the groundwork for influence operations closer to the election. Finally, another Iran group in May compromised an account owned by a government employee in a swing state, the report said. It was unclear whether that cyber attack was related to election interference efforts. Iran's UN mission sent the Associated Press an email statement. Iran has been the victim of numerous offensive cyber operations targeting its infrastructure, public service centers, and industries. Iran's cyber capabilities are defensive and proportionate to the threats it faces. Iran has neither the intentions nor plans to launch cyber attacks. The US presidential election is an internal matter in which Iran does not interfere. The Microsoft report said that as Iran escalates its hyper-influence, Russia-linked actors also opted for their influence campaigns to focus on the US election, while actors linked to the Chinese Communist Party have taken advantage of pro-Palestinian university protests and other recent current events in the United States to try to raise US political intentions. Microsoft said it has continued to monitor how phone phones are using generative AI technology. The increasingly cheap and easy to access tools can generate lifelike fake images, photos, and videos in seconds, prompting concern among some experts that they will be weaponized to mislead voters this election cycle. While many countries have experimented with AI in their influence operations, the company said those efforts haven't had much impact so far. The report said as a result, some actors have flooded back to techniques that have proven effective in the past: simple digital manipulations, miscategorization of content, and use of trusted labels or logos to stop false information. Microsoft's report aligns with recent warnings from US intelligence officials who say America's adversaries appear determined to seek the internet with false and incendiary claims ahead of November's vote. Top intelligence officials said last month that Russia continues to pose the greatest threat when it comes to election disinformation, while there are indications that Iran is expanding its efforts and China is proceeding cautiously when it comes to 2024. And finally, with some unfortunate news that happened, a passenger plane crashed into a gated residential community in Brazil's São Paulo state Friday, killing all 61 people aboard and leaving a smuggling whack, officials and the airline said. Officials gave no immediate word of any casualties at the site of the crash in the city of Vinhedo, about 80 kilometers or 50 miles northwest of São Paulo, but witnesses at the scene said there were no victims among residents of the neighborhood. The airline forecast that its plane, an ATR-72 twin-engine turboprop, was headed for São Paulo's International Airport, Guarulhos, with 57 passengers and 4 crew members on board. One in crashed in Vinhedo. It provided a flight manifest with passenger names, but not their nationalities. A prior statement had said there were 58 passengers. The company regrets to inform that all 61 people on board Flight 2283 died at a site, FOPAS said in a statement. At this time, FOPAS is prioritizing the provision of unrestricted assistance to the victims' families and effectively collaborating with authorities to ensure airline crash since January 2023, when 72 people died on board a Yeti Airlines plane in Nepal that stalled and crashed while making its landing approach. That plane also was an ATR-72, and the final report blamed pilot error. And that is it for Coolest Early Edition this morning. As always, you can get in touch with us at tvh.philippines.news at gmail.com. And we will be back with more headlines later with Cool News at noon, Cool News at 4, 6, and Cool News Prime Time at 9. Until then, I am Cairo, and now we will return to Hello Pilipinas in just a bit, right after this break.
Ang galing!
into the entertainment and happening and anime happenings. Yes, it is 8:54, and now let's get into the entertainment happenings. Okay, so what's new here? Let's see. Oh boy, we have something interesting to cover. Two of them, and we have an exclusive report from Variety too. So, it looks like that Laura Corpman will compose the score for Marvel's Captain America Brave New World. Corpman is no stranger to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, having scored the music to the Disney Plus series What If and the Marvels. The fourth Captain America film stars Attorney Mackie as flying superhero Sam Wilson, formerly known as Cap's sidekick, the Falcon. So yeah, Marky takes the mantle over from Kristen Evans, Steve Rogers, who starred in the previous three Captain America movies and the four Avengers movie. So. Said Kerman so we know that Kerman will be composing the score of the said movie. So here is what he has to say.
But there was this super soldier guy. And now he's retired and he's passed it on to this other guy. Yeah. Captain America Brave New World. Really proud to be working on this one and very excited, and you guys are going to love it. It's fantastic fun.
There's that one. Next one. Well, unfortunately, the big lively's romantic drama, It Ends With Us, has been banned in Qatar due to kissing scenes. The country's censorship committee has blocked the PG-13 film from Sony Pictures and Wayfarer Studios from a theatrical release, sources close to the film tell Variety. It Ends With Us features kissing scenes and a non-graphic sex scene in which the characters keep their undergarments on. It is no surprise since Qatar has a very strict censorship rules, and if you didn't know, they banned Barbie from last year, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and Marvel's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and Eternals, all of which are rated PG-13. So yeah, they're all banned. They're all banned. And now let's get into the anime news now. Well, wait, there's more. Cartoon Network's website has been shut down, and this is coming from Anime News Network, huh? But yeah, Cartoon Network's website is boom, gone. It's now redirecting to Max streaming website. So yeah, Cartoon Network website is no more. And as we said it, Cartoon Network website now redirects to Max website if you're in the US. If you're not in the US, it will still redirect to your local Cartoon Network country website. In my case, it redirects to Cartoon Network Asia. So yeah, too bad it's gone. Too bad, yeah. Too bad. It's gone. There's that. And My Hero Academia, your next film, opens at number 1. Gold Regas Rose of the Recapture 4th part opens at number 10. So, the My Hero Academia, the movie, your next, the 4th anime film in the My Hero Academia franchise, opened at number 1 at the Japanese box office last Friday. The film sold 608,500 tickets and approximately 895 million Japanese yen, which is about $6.28 million in its first 3 days. So that is it's a good number there. Well, for the Gold Grass, we have to be quicker since we're running out of time. There it is. The fourth and the final part of the Gold Grass Roses of the Recapture anime project debuted at number 10. So yeah, very cool. Let me just fix this here. There we go. Okay, so yeah, they have not explained more, but they have opened it at number 10. And now to close up our Hello Pilipinas, let's do quote of the day from Rainy Quote. So this is the quote of the day from Rainy Quote. Walk while he have the light, let darkness come upon you, from John Bosquet. And that brings us to the end of Hello Pilipinas for today. As always, thank you so much for joining our show to start your Saturday mornings with us, and we will be back tomorrow on the same time, same stations. Until then, I am Cairo, and have a good morning to you all, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye!